Alright, this video, we're going to do the last, we're only going to look at inverse tangent on this. You can see I have the first and the fourth quadrants because those are the only ones that we need to know in order to find the principal value. Remember whenever we said find the principal value, it means you're only finding the one angle, and it's basically the angle that the calculator gives you where it passes the vertical line test. Main thing to remember, inverse tangent is just like inverse sine. It has the same range. So our answers, our angles as answers, can only go from negative pi over 2 to pi over 2. Okay, if we did the first one, inverse tangent of 1, since that 1's positive, it's telling me it's got to be in this first quadrant. Well, remember tangent, that's y over x. So if y over x equals 1, y and x have to be the same value. Well, it's got to be this right here. Pi over 4, it's the same value. Tangent of pi over 4 is 1, so that's our only answer there, pi over 4. Now, if I do arctangent of negative 1, well, since this is negative, it's got to be in the fourth quadrant. It's just going to be here. Right? If I divide these, they all cancel out, except I'm going to have this negative. So this answer is just negative pi over 4. Okay, number 3, you got to do a little bit of work. I know it's going to be in the first quadrant because it's positive root 3. Then I'm asking myself, all right, when I take y and I divide it by x, which one gives me root 3? And the only question is, it's either pi over 6 or pi over 3. And believe this is going to be pi over 3. It's going to be this one right here. And if I checked it, I'm just going to check it right in the top left-hand corner here. If I take y, which is root 3 over 2, and I divide it by this right here, the x 1/2, well, that's the same as taking root 3 over 2, multiplying by the reciprocal of 1/2, which is 2. These cancel out, so it's root 3. And that's what I get here. So I prove that pi over 3, that's the answer. Now, good thing, if it's negative root 3, it's going to be the same reference angle pi over 3, but it's in the fourth quadrant, so it's going to be this right here. It's just going to be negative pi over 3. Kind of see the pattern here. If you make it positive, you're going to have a positive angle. If the trig value is negative, you're going to get a negative angle measure. Okay, let's see. And let's just finish the last 3. Now, 5 and 6, well, it's not going to be pi over 3. It's going to be the pi over 6. Okay, I'm just going to put pi over 6. And pi over 6, this is where the ordered pair, I'll just write it up here. The ordered pair pi over 6 is root 3 over 2, 1/2. So if I wanted to test it out, I do y over x. So it's 1/2. Now, if I divide it by this root 3 over 2, it's the same as multiplying the reciprocal of 2 over root 3. So it cancels, you get 1 over root 3, and when you rationalize it, this is what you get. So it's pi over 6. And then if I just make it negative here, well then it's going to equal negative pi over 6. Okay, and then if I have inverse tangent of 0, this is going to be an intercept, or one of the intercepts. This is like saying, all right, y over x equals 0. Now if y over x equals 0, that means y has to be 0. If I go back to the unit circle, y equals 0, on this interval, this is the only point where y equals 0. So that tells us that our value, or our angle measure, is 0, or 0 radians. So that's our answer right there. Okay, so you can see, kind of an easy way to sum it up. If this is a positive trig value, we get a positive angle in the first quadrant. If this is negative, we get a negative trig value. Okay, and we saw that pattern go throughout for these 7 problems.